My name is Faye and I'm a speech language pathologist. For today's video, I'm going to share with you the process of applying to graduate program and also tips to help make your application stand out and also to increase your chance of getting into a speech language pathology graduate program. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. If you are new to my channel, I do post new videos every Tuesday, if I remember. This quarantine process has kind of gotten me a little bit lazy. Feel free to subscribe to my channel down below. If not, that's okay. Let's get started. I did a little bit of research because it's been a very long time since I applied to grad school. I've been working for 7 years, and the last time that I applied to grad school was maybe close to 10 years ago. So I probably forgot most of the steps. So I did my own research and tried to track my memory, and I wrote this short outline of the process and tips. If you are watching this video, you could probably be a student in an undergraduate speech language pathology program, or in some schools it can be labeled as communication disorders or speech, language, and hearing science. If you are not already a student in an undergraduate program for speech language pathology, don't worry, there is another program for you that I will mention in a little bit. When I applied to grad school 8 or 9 years ago, I sent my application via a portal. It's CSD-CAS, the Centralized Application Service for Communication Science and Disorders Programs. CSD-CAS is a full-service, web-based application system that allows students to apply to multiple participating programs with a single application and facilitates a streamlined admissions process for programs. So basically, this website is a portal for you to apply to multiple schools simultaneously using only one application. And I think you could probably save on mailing. I'm not sure if you have to pay multiple admission fee for each program that you apply. That's something that you need to do a little more research on. I will have a link in the description box below for all of the programs and the schools that participate in this application portal system. So feel free to check it out. You can apply for fall semester or spring semester for the start. Typically, most students would apply in the fall because naturally you would graduate in the summer and then apply and try to start school in the fall. So spring applications are much rarer, but also a little bit less competitive compared to fall applications. The first thing that you need is a completed application form. Application fee for me when I applied was about $50 for each program, but now I think it's about $75 to $85. So if you apply to multiple schools, the cost will be very hefty. The second requirement would be an essay or personal statement. Some schools have question prompts. Otherwise, most schools would just want you to talk about your personal experience, what motivates you, why you want to become an SLP. And some schools would want to know the preparations that you have taken that would prepare you for the rigors of grad school. The third requirement would be letters of recommendations. It could be from your professors, it could be from an SLP that you had experience working with, or an SLP that you had experience volunteering at their clinic with. Could be from your supervisor at work. The fourth requirement is official transcripts from all of the universities and programs that you have attended. Basically, you need a bachelor's degree in communication disorders, speech, language, and hearing sciences. With that degree, usually you would satisfy prerequisite classes or courses that are required to start. If you hold a bachelor's degree in a different major, there is another option for you. You can start a post-bac program. It's a 1-year course sequence that would allow you to satisfy all of the prerequisite courses in order for you to apply to an SLP graduate school. The 4th requirement would be your GRE score. The 5th requirement would be your resume. I'm going to move on to different tips on how to make your application stand out and also to increase your chance of getting in. Obviously, the very first tip is to do everything that you can to get the highest GPA, especially prerequisite courses GPA, also a high GRE score. The average GRE verbal reasoning score 157 to 158. For quantitative reasoning, about 152 to 155. Because of the nature of this program, verbal reasoning is obviously a little more important than quantitative reasoning score. Average GRE analytical score would be 4 to 4.5. Average prerequisite GPA usually about 3.85 or above, and overall GPA 3.8 or above. Try to study for the GRE ahead of time. Give yourself ample time to study for it. Perhaps take multiple practice tests. And you can also retake courses in order to improve your GPA scores. Prior work experience matters. If you have any prior work experience in the education field or in the medical field, it would greatly help your application. If you used to do SLPA, speech language pathology assisting work prior to applying, that is usually a huge plus. Or if you used to do early intervention work with the younger children population, if you were a teacher substitute or a teacher in the school system, if you were a medical technician, or if you were doing nursing or worked as an assistant for a psychologist, those experiences usually help your application. Another tip that you might or might not know, as I mentioned earlier, fall applications are usually more popular, and therefore spring applications are usually less competitive because there are less people applying. You can always use the interim time to volunteer at a local speech language clinic or at a local hospital. Maybe you can use this time to get an SLPA license and work as an SLPA. The purpose of this is twofold. First, help your application because then you would have actual work experience in the field. 2, in case you don't get in when you apply, you have a job to fall back to. A plan B. Now, naturally, you would ask me, why is it so competitive to apply to an SLP program? The reason it is competitive to get in is because there aren't enough doctorate level SLPs out there who can be professors in universities to teach. There are way too many applicants every single year, and because this is a professional training program, each graduate program cannot take on too many applicants. Therefore, class size cannot be too big to allow for quality personalized feedbacks and mentorship during the graduate program. Also, different graduate programs want to ensure their great student outcome statistics. Graduate programs want to maintain their good reputation by ensuring great student outcome data, including program completion data, praxis exam statistics. Praxis exam is the board exam that every SLP students have to take and have to pass in order to apply for a license, and also employment rates. I hope you find this video helpful. If you enjoy this video, then please give me a thumbs up. It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm and help with my channel's growth. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video, and also feel free to comment down below any questions that you have in terms of applying, or if you have any more tips on how to make your application stand out, feel free to share down below in the comment section. And until next time, bye!